Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday the 29th of October, and we are glad to present you our weekly analytical review of the foreign exchange market. Last week, the Euro/USD pair dropped to 1.1340, but has now corrected to the area of 1.14. Further growth within the lower Bollinger Band may continue to the levels of 1.1450 and 1.1490. If the price fails to consolidate above 1.14, the decline may resume to the levels of 1.1340 and 1.13. Technical indicators show opposing signals. Bollinger Bands are directed downwards and confirm the presence of a downtrend. A MACD histogram is growing in the negative zone. Stochastic is reversing upwards in the oversold zone, which indicates the possibility of corrective growth. Fundamental events of the week include the publication of the data on consumer prices and GDP of the euro area, as well as the release of the US labor market statistics. Generally, the resumption of decline is possible, but one cannot exclude the growth in case of breakout the level of 1.14. Last week, the pair GBP/USD declined to 1.2780. If it is broken down, the fall of the price may continue to 1.27 and 1.2660. The level of 1.2860 is seen as key for the bulls, which coincides with a Fibonacci correction of 61.8%. If the price consolidates above it, growth to 1.2950 and 1.3030 is possible. Technical indicators show opposing signals. Bollinger Bands are reversing downwards and confirm the presence of a downtrend. A MACD histogram is growing in the negative zone. Stochastic is reversing upwards in the oversold zone, which indicates the possibility of corrective growth. This week, much of the price movement will depend on the results of the Bank of England meeting, its interest rate decision, and follow-up comments. Generally, the resumption of decline is possible, but one cannot exclude the growth in case of breakout the level of 1.2860. Last week, the USD/JPY pair dropped to 111.36, but has now corrected to the area of 112. The breakout of this level will give the prospect of price growth to the central line of Bollinger Bands in the area of 112.60–112.90. Otherwise, the decline will continue to the level of 111.20, which coincides with a Fibonacci correction of 38.2%. Technical indicators do not provide a clear signal. Bollinger Bands are reversing downwards. A MACD histogram moved to the negative zone and formed a sell signal. Stochastic is trying to reverse upwards. This week, much of the price movement will depend on the results of the Bank of Japan meeting, its interest rate decision, and follow-up comments. Generally, the resumption of decline is possible, but one cannot exclude growth in case of breakout of 112. The pair AUD/USD last week dropped to the level of 0.7020, but now it has corrected to the central line of Bollinger Bands. The key level for the bulls seems to be at 0.7120. If the price consolidates above it, growth to 0.72 and 0.7275 is possible. Otherwise, the decline may resume to the levels of 0.7020 and 0.6950. Technical indicators do not deny further growth. A MACD histogram is reducing in the negative zone and stochastic is directed upwards. Fundamental events of the week include data on the consumer price index and retail sales in Australia. Generally, the continuation of the price rise in case of breakout of the level of 0.7120 seems probable. Last week, gold quotes rose to the level of 1243, but now they have dropped to the level of 1230. Further decline is possible in the area of the central line of Bollinger Bands to the level of 1216. The breakout of 1243 will give the prospect of growth to the level of 1257. Technical indicators do not provide a clear signal. Bollinger Bands are directed upwards. A MACD histogram is stable in the positive zone. Stochastic is reversing downwards. In general, a downward price correction seems more likely. That's all for today, and good luck with your trading.